I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking about I couldn't keep settling. You may find that you're in a relationship with somebody who repeatedly disappoints and frustrates you. We all have needs. Some of us have more needs than others. Some of us are more self-reliant. Some people need more attention. Some people need more space. But we all have needs that we have to get from our partners. Relationships are supposed to double the joy and divide the grief. And when you have a partner that can be there for you, it makes you feel better about your life, and it makes you feel like you have a support system or somebody that you can go to. But sometimes we date people that need so much space or independence that they don't realize how it's feeling neglectful to you, and that you just feel frustrated or disappointed or hurt by their behavior. Sometimes it can get to be where we just can't do it anymore, that you have to walk away for yourself. So I've got a good email coaching today that I think you guys are going to like. It's from a couple that's in their early 20s, and they've known each other for a long time. So let me go ahead and get into this one. He said, "My girlfriend of about a year recently broke up with me this past week. She works part-time at a firm where her mom is also the COO. And she's moving about 3 hours away to get her master's degree." Okay, so that's a big issue right there. She's moving away, 3 hours away. You guys are in your early 20s. Part of her might want to see what it would be like to be single while she's away at college. He says, "I am a server at a restaurant and am beginning as a prestigious acting conservatory in August. We have known each other since before middle school and started dating at the beginning of COVID when we both returned from university. Might I add, we are neighbors." Okay, so there's a lot going on here. They've known each other since before middle school and they're neighbors. So that might be overwhelming to have her so close by. "We have always had reoccurring problems in the relationship that seem to become more and more emotionally draining after each occurrence. And so the first major problem is that she's an avoidant. While we both are aware of attachment styles, I could never get my needs met, and when expressing them would be met by downplaying my feelings, in which I would almost always settle for less than what I wanted." Okay, so you can imagine what it would feel like to be with somebody that's constantly downplaying your needs and then settling for what they want and neglecting your own needs. It gets to a point where with some people or some situations, you just can't do it anymore, that you have to walk away for your own sanity. If you stay, you're just going to be unhappy. This caused resentment. It seemed she was never willing to come to a happy medium where we were both happy. Yeah, that's a big problem. You need somebody who's going to be willing to say, "I see what's going on with you. I'll make more of an effort." Right? That's what a partner's supposed to do. The second major problem is that she's extremely close with her family. her mom, and her sisters. I felt like I could never have all of her, sometimes because her loyalty was first to her family. Well, this is what Margaret and I talk about with individuation, that somebody has to get to a place in their life where they're going to prioritize their partners and not their family of origin. Of course, they're always going to be important to you, but you have to be able to put your partner first. And it sounds like she wasn't doing that. So he goes on to say, which made me envious, but I had always tried to ignore those feelings, especially because she would get defensive when I would bring it up. Okay, so you couldn't communicate it when it was bothering you. She would get defensive, and so it would probably cause you to keep those things bottled up inside all the time, which is going to wear on you. Her immediate family and cousins still want to see me, but I feel it is best for me to separate entirely right now. Yeah, I agree. It's nice that they still care about you, but, if you keep talking to her, it's just going to be frustrating and disappointing for you. I had always tried to break up with her because I couldn't keep settling with her actions, but held out hope for the best. Okay, this is something that I see often. When you're in a relationship and your partner continues to ignore your needs and what you're expressing to them, you can get frustrated and disappointed, and you just feel like, I can't take this anymore. So that's why you kept breaking up with her, because it wasn't right for you. You loved her, you cared about her, but she was neglecting you. And, each person, each one of you is different in what you can tolerate or what's okay for you and not okay for you. But you have to know that if it becomes something that is just causing you more pain than happiness, you have to walk away, right? Because you'll just keep hurting. But now she was the one who was actually dumping me. Her reasoning? Because she couldn't do this anymore. She's moving to start school in a few weeks, which complicates things more. Yep, it's true. And you guys were struggling before she left, so it's only going to be a lot harder. And you have all these unmet needs now when she's living next door. Could you imagine how difficult it will be when she's hours away? We both love each other and have expressly said so, even after breaking up, and had wanted to do long distance, but my separation anxiety and crave for her attention / wanting to be with her before she leaves ultimately ended the relationship. Yeah, because you were probably putting a lot of pressure on her, or she was feeling pressured. I have since started no contact for a week, and she has reached out once already, in which I responded with a cool head. And I'm continuing to do no contact. I have been working on myself and have purchased the knowledge workbooks as well. Make sure you do those 30 minutes a day. It will make a huge difference. And after you finish them, go through them again. It makes a huge difference. The level of information you'll be able to retain as you go through the workbooks numerous times, and believe me, there's a lot of content to go through. It's going to make a big difference, okay? My question is, how should I proceed if I want to get her back and also get what I need out of the relationship? Thank you, Craig. You're an absolute beast. Well, I'm hoping he means beast in a good way, okay? Unfortunately, this is a very difficult situation. Based on her age, her going off to college, her avoidant attachment style, all those things are going to make this a real challenge because you're already not getting your needs met. And now she's going to move 3 hours away or however many hours away it is. It's going to be a lot harder to get your needs met when she wasn't meeting them as your neighbor. So if I'm in this situation, my attitude would be to focus on what I need from a partner and figure out what those things are and what the deal breakers are. And I'm going to figure out if she is going to be able to meet your needs, because not all avoidants are going to be able to meet your needs. You may have to adjust those things. And, it's one thing if you've got kids with somebody and you've been with them for many years and you're trying to make it work, but you guys are very young. She's going away to college. She's not meeting your needs already, and she's avoidant. So I don't have a magic wand to all of a sudden make this avoidant meet your needs. You would have to readjust your expectations of what you're going to get from her. And I think that would be hard enough for you even if she was next door. But the fact that she's going away to college makes it very, very difficult. You can't force her to do long distance, okay? You can't force her to do anything that she doesn't want to do. If I'm in this situation, I'm going to be thinking about myself and what my needs are, and if she can meet those things. I think you have to look at this differently from the perspective of what you need, not what you can do to manipulate her to make her give you what you need. You have to kind of accept what she's able to give. You don't have to like it, but you can't force somebody. And, when she's going away, it's just making it so much harder here. So you got a lot of red flags here. Honestly, you're asking me questions to a situation that I just don't think it's really realistic to think that this is going to turn around. If I was you, I would make her an option. I would think about your needs. Of course, you can kind of be more realistic in your expectations. Maybe you were a bit smothering for her, and maybe you were being a little too demanding. I don't know. But you could take a look at that. And you can date other people. And if she wants to date you and see you when she comes back in town or wants to come visit you, great. See how it goes. But I wouldn't be exclusive with somebody that's made you unhappy for so long. I think you're kind of distorting reality here a bit, because if you think about what you've told me, she hasn't been meeting your needs throughout the entire relationship. So why stay? If that was her at her best and she couldn't meet your needs, what makes you think that she's going to meet your needs when she's going off to college and breaking up with you? I just don't think it's going to happen. Is it possible that you guys wind up getting back together in the future? Yeah, you guys have known each other since before middle school, and I'm sure there's a really deep bond and care there, but she's young, she's going away to school, she's avoidant, and she wasn't meeting your needs while you were together all this time that you guys kept breaking up. And so I think that's actually the biggest thing you have to look at here, is that she wasn't meeting your needs and you kept ignoring that for yourself and you were unhappy. There's no reason to stay with somebody if you're going to be unhappy that much in a relationship. So I would tell you, I think the healthiest thing for you to do is to move on, date other people, figure out your own needs and your own attachment issues and why you tolerate staying with somebody who's been so neglectful for so long. It's not healthy for you. And if you find yourself in a situation like this, I think the healthier thing to do is to walk away. And if they come back, say, look, I have these things that I need from you that I wasn't getting. So let's take it slow, see how it goes, and understand that I'm going to need some different things or some other things from you that I wasn't getting the last time we were together. And make sure that the person is willing and able to do those things before you take them back. So I would look at this differently than the way that you've had, because you've been unhappy for a really long time, and there's no reason to do that. You guys are in your early 20s, and while I know you've known her for a really long time, maybe some growing up from her and maturing will get her to realize that she's been kind of selfish. Maybe going away to school will help her individuate and become more of an adult and be able to realize she's got to prioritize her partners instead of her mom and her sister. So this is a tough situation for you, but you got a lot to learn. You got to learn about what you need, what your deal breakers are, and explore why you've settled for less for so long. I only make her an option right now. And if she comes back, I'd make her fight to get your attention. Don't be eager to take her back, because it's going to be really difficult to do long distance for her however many years, because she's just starting her master's program, okay? A lot to think about in this one. Of course, if you want to get my help personally, you can get it at my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Of course, Margaret is available for Skype coaching. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon. To get my help personally, go to askcraig.net and click on Schedule Coaching and choose the option that works best for you. I do email coaching or Skype. To schedule a coaching with Margaret, click on Margaret on the top of the page and order a Skype with her. For the Knowledge Creative Healing course, click on the link at the top of the page and click Get Started Now.